Hey, how's it going, everyone, and welcome to another Sly Cooper TV series video. Now, the thing is, we know that the show is happening. We're getting 52 episodes of 11 minutes. I mean, that's a lot of content. What are they going to do to fill in that time? What is going to be the plot of the show? We have no idea. All we have is a little synopsis that we got a year ago, and you know what? It could have changed since then, although it's still on Technicolor's website. This gives us little hints of what we might be seeing in the show and the overarching story we could see in the first season. Thing is, it's kind of different than what we've usually been getting in the Sly Cooper series. It sounds nothing like our usual adventure in the game series. So in this video, I'm going to be picking apart the little details that we got in the synopsis and telling you what you might be able to see once the show airs. So with that being said, everybody, let's go ahead and get started.
You jump and press the circle button.
Just to get it out of the way, on Technicolor's website, the synopsis states, Sly Cooper follows the adventures of an irresistibly charismatic raccoon, a modern-day Robin Hood, who restores justice to his city one thief at a time. Sly is aided by his two best friends, a muscular hippo named Murray and a brainy turtle named Bentley. Hot on Sly's trails is Inspector Carmelita Fox, a morally uptight cop with an unfortunate crush on the charming bandit, as well as a band of villains, each one more strange and colorful than the last. Mixing humor, action, and a remarkable cast of characters, Sly Cooper promises to be an unforgettable series. Let me start off by saying that I really do think they captured everybody's persona quite accurate. Bentley, Murray, Sly, Carmelita all seem to be intact just the way they were in the game series, which is great. Of course, this is just a synopsis, but I'm just saying I'm glad that they didn't mix it up a little bit. I don't know what they would have done to mix it up, but who knows what they could have done with these characters. Now, the thing that stands out to me the most is the fact that this says Sly Cooper is a modern-day Robin Hood. I've never seen him like that or thought of him as that in the game series. Yes, he only steals from other criminals, but still, he's never, given back the stuff he's stolen to, a community or whatever, and he says he's restoring justice to his city, one thief at a time. So, it looks like it's going to take place in a city, not a far-off land like he usually goes to, which is kind of cool. I've always wanted to see Sly Cooper in a more city location, and I've talked about that before. This is most likely going to be Paris. And is it me, or does this remind you of the show Arrow, which I really like, by the way. So if the show does turn out a little similar to Arrow, I wouldn't mind at all. But basically, the Green Arrow is a vigilante who takes down other criminals, and it's a lot like the synopsis right here. Literally, the Green Arrow's goal was to restore justice to his city, one criminal at a time, except in this situation, it's one thief at a time. Off topic, but really quick, I do recommend Arrow to you guys, so you can go ahead and watch it on Netflix. Just saying. People all around the Sly Cooper community, in the comments, in the Sly Cooper Amino, keep speculating and saying that this TV show, the first season, is going to be the first game, the plot of the first game. And to that I say, it's already been proven that it's not. Ever since it was announced an entire year ago, it's been proven that's not the case. This is the synopsis. This is what the show is going to be about. We don't know what the big overarching villain's going to be, or if we're just going to have a bunch of little villains. It says a cast of villains with an S, so there's going to be multiple villains throughout the season. I'm not saying that we can't see the Fiendish Five. I think it's very possible, but I don't think we're going to see them in the setting that we saw them in the game series. Maybe they all stay in Paris, and they're doing stuff there, and Sly is going to, restore justice by taking them out. But due to the synopsis, I highly doubt we're going to go on a worldwide mission like the first game was. We're going to be seeing something like what we just heard in this. And if this was going to change, it's been an entire year since the show was in development or was actually announced, and they very well could have changed this, but at this point, it's been a year. They already have a script, we know, for the first episode, at least the pilot, and that was a long time ago as well, and they very well could have multiple episodes done by now. Actually, no, they have, because it's been confirmed for 52 episodes. So, at this point, if they were to make any changes in the plot, because, like I said, they've made episodes so far, then they would have changed this on their website. This is the plot for the show. I just want to get that out to you guys because the speculation's over, and it's been over since the show was announced. Sort of. Like I said, they could have changed it, but at this point, there is no changing it because they've already started working on the season, if you know what I mean. And just to say it again, I do like this idea. This plot seems pretty good. It seems a little Sly Cooperish. He's taking out other criminals that he doesn't believe in their methods, which is fine. But the thing is, I do miss an overarching villain if it's not going to be in there, because who knows, we just might be going from criminal to criminal, Sly taking them out throughout the entire season. I don't necessarily want to see that. I would like to see an overarching villain like Clockwork, preferably Clockwork. I mean, why not? But who knows what they want to throw at us. But I do want the show to be original, so if it's not Clockwork, just make up your own character. I really think that they should make the show non-canon in its own universe. I think it's a great idea, personally, so they don't have to keep in with continuity with the game series, and I doubt they would do that anyways. Now, a good way for the show to start is to have Sly and the gang get out of the orphanage. It starts with them out of the orphanage, and they go into the city and they realize how corrupt all these criminals are, and Sly doesn't agree with their methods, so like you said, he takes them out one thief at a time. But of course, I'm missing the big thing. Yes, the Thievius Raccoonus. Where's the Thievius Raccoonus? I don't know. We do know that Sly did begin thieving before the Thievius Raccoonus. It's very apparent in the game series, and they even say it at the very beginning of Sly 1. Sly was thieving, stealing things, and being a criminal overall before he stole the pages of the Thievius Raccoonus. So this show very well could take place before the first game, and then maybe the movie could be the first game. I don't know, because if in the show, if they do this, then Sly wouldn't have all of the moves that his ancestors had, so it's very hard to figure this out. Another way they could go at it, which I actually would prefer this would be the best way to go at it. The Sly 1 has already happened. The events of it has already been done. We have it all. We have all the Thievius Raccoonus pages. We're not going to be seeing Clockwork or any of the Fiendish 5 members. This is going to be its brand new thing. Sly returns after getting the Thievius Raccoonus, and then he uses the pages' knowledge or the skills in them to do the task at hand. And as you all know, we're eventually going to get a Sly Cooper movie, or at least it's planned right now. So I really think the movie should be the first game, the story of the first game. It'll sort of be a prequel to the TV series. I really think that would be a great idea. Because first of all, I mean, stretching out one game into an entire season of a TV show, like that's 52 episodes. I really don't see that happening. If it does happen, then I don't know how it's going to be delivered. Well, you have 5 villains. It'd be very weird to move around that season. And just overall, I don't think the plot of Sly 1 could work in a TV setting. I really think the movie was the perfect way to bring you that story, and I do think they're still going to do that. I think that's their plan at the moment. Because if the TV series were not going to be the first game, it would make a lot more sense if it was a sequel to the movie than a prequel, because Sly would already have all the pages of Thievius Raccoonus, all of the knowledge of his ancestors and their techniques, and it would make for great TV, honestly. And I mean, Sly doesn't know too much about the Thievius Raccoonus beforehand. I really think after getting all of the pages, learning more about the Cooper line, and then returning to Paris and realizing how corrupt every criminal is that's not him, and doesn't do it the way that he believes thieving should be done, then he decides, I'm going to take matters into my own hands, and I'm going to take down all of the criminals who don't have honor, or whatever he thinks. I mean, I don't want to toot my own horn, but I do think that was a pretty good setup for a TV series, and I do think that's what they're going for. I really can't think of anything else how they would introduce the TV series with this synopsis that I'm reading right here. And it would be great too, because obviously Interpol would be in Paris, like their headquarters would be in Paris, so we could have a lot of scenes there, interactions between all the characters at Interpol, as well as have Sly be in the city doing his own thing. So having a worldwide journey like the first game just wouldn't make any sense for this type of setup, especially with the synopsis. And think of it this way, if they were to incorporate Sly 1's story into the TV series, what would be left for the movie? Sly 2's plot? No, because they would be making a season 2 of the Sly Cooper television series if the show does in fact do well. So no matter how you look at it, it just doesn't make any sense to have Sly 1's plot be the overarching story for season 1 of the TV show, or just any season for that matter. I really think that's why they're making the movies. They're reserving that story for it, because they know this format probably won't work out in a TV show, and I kind of agree. I don't want to see it. I really don't want to see it. I want to see a new thing. I want to see what they can bring to the table and bring us characters that we've never seen before, run wild with it. In my opinion, I really want to see what they can do. I mean, really, we don't have that much insight into Sly's world or even the characters. I mean, because it was a game series, they were kind of limited on how much story they could tell and the type of game they were making. I know, but the thing is, we know very little about our main character. I mean, we know about him and, you know, the Cooper legacy and everything, but we really don't know much about his family, his dad, his mom, where he used to live, where he came from. We don't know. Bentley and Murray, same deal. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. I want them to spend time with that than running around with the Fiendish Five. And you have other side characters within Interpol. You have Carmelita, Barkley, Winthorpe, other characters that you can be focusing on instead of doing the Sly 1's plot. But that's about all the ideas that I had for the Sly Cooper television series, guys. Tell me if you do agree with what I said in the comments below, as well as leave your own thoughts and ideas for the television series. Like usual, I would love to know what you guys think. I also want to thank Alpha Philly for making this channel art for me. Winthorpe is a character in the Sly Cooper comic book series, or the second comic book in particular, that was in Interpol, and I thought he was a really interesting character, but we have little to no pictures of him, and I thought, you know what, I would really like a new picture of Winthorpe. There's barely any fan art as well. Just thank you so much for making this for me, guys. If you want commissions made or anything like that, I'll have their Twitter in the description below for you guys, so you can go ahead and follow them. But with that being said, everybody, thank you all for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video. Peace.
Not the drill sergeant, but the stress that weighing on your brain.